Ooh.
I think
It's packaging.
Move my package around.
You junk?
My stuff.
Do they need to see your junk?
They can see my junk pretty good where it is there.
It's pretty junky. It's pretty lumpy junk.
My gigundo jigunk.
Jigunk. Oh boy. Oil can. Oil can. Woo!
Hold on.
Mm-hmm.
You guys love that, though. That's like Howard Stern kind of thing, bro.
You should add that. That should be like part of the intro.
It probably will be when I get this together.
Or the outro.
The outro. I burp our way out. Okay.
I am Sally Sexy.
I'm Mitch Gigundo.
And this is
the Crazy Camming Couple Podcast.
With special guest star, Lily the Barking Bean. And hello, everyone, and welcome to another exciting, immense episode of just insanity. We're not even home.
We're on the road.
We're on the road. Yeah, you'll be able to see the crazy pictures of where we're staying and what's been going on here. And, oh my God, we have so much to go over.
It was a fun week. It was a fun week, and it culminated in a sexy weekend and a fun weekend. We did a lot of fun stuff, but it was pretty relaxing. We were hot tubbing and we were swimming. Hopefully we'll swim some more later on after the crowd gets out of the pool.
Yeah. And when I say crowd, it's 9:30 at night, and there's still a crowd in the pool.
Good for them.
Yeah. So, all right. Do you have anything you want to lead in?
Lead in? Well, I think the only lead-in I have, besides all the stuff that Sally's, I would like to commend Sally on her newfound initiative to write these things down as they're happening, so that we remember them. We're older and we forget a lot of fun stuff that happens.
Yeah, we've totally missed out on a lot of stuff.
And she realizes that I'm doing all the editing and putting things together, and now she's writing everything down, so we've got our mind on the content. And so props to my lovely Sally. Sexy here. I'm trying to earn my keep. Conversing on the Kick app with this sexy shenanigans thing, and oh my goodness.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I kicked it up a few notches.
Yeah.
So
yes, and now we're going to try and submit. See if they accept older women to Hustler's Beaver Hunts. So.
It's Hustler, right? It's Hustler.
We've been on Hustler, though. We've been on Hustler's website.
Yeah, we've been on Hustler. We're
crazy things.
We're no stranger to Hustler.
Hustler.
So, anyway, okay. So
that's all I got to say.
That's all you got? All right. So, we wanted to pick up from where we last left off about the dildo dilemma.
Smelly dildos.
Yeah.
Smelly dildos.
Yeah, smelly, not clean dildos. So finally, my pooter is feeling good. It's very rough.
I haven't heard that since what is the name of that Pat Benatar song, man?
Oh,
we will be invincible.
I don't even know.
That was The Legend of Billie Jean. Great movie, man.
I've never seen it.
Oh, really?
No.
It's a movie from the 80s where
I know Billie Jean was a song that Michael Jackson, Billie Jean's at my door, boom, 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 boom.
There was the premise of the movie is there's this, you're actually going to relate to this. She's working in a, I want to say it's a pet store for some reason.
Uh-oh.
I think it is a pet store. And the owner of the pet store hits on this woman.
Uh-oh.
Right? And something goes on. And there's a gun or something in the counter, and she pushes him out of the way. The gun drops on the floor, and it goes off, and it shoots the guy, hits him in the arm, injures him, and then he goes after her like, she tried to kill me, and blah blah. And she's like, no, he tried to rape me, and and then she goes off on this. They have this manhunt, and she goes off with this other girl and her, I think her boyfriend, and they're being chased, and it's all over the place, and then she has to clear her name and prove to them that he was actually trying to rape her, and the gun went off accidentally, and this whole thing. It's a really good, intense.
That sounds pretty intense.
It's an intense movie, but there's a Pat Benatar song called "Invincible."
Oh, yeah. I like Pat Benatar. We used to call her Apple Cheeks.
She was my
Apple
bomb. She was
head.
the bomb, man. She was like that short haircut, kicking ass. I'm like, man, oh, Pat, you naughty girl.
Nah.
Time me in the basement, Pat. Just do whatever you need. Wait, let me out when you're done. But anyway, yes.
Okay, so dildo dilemmas. So as you recall, if you've been listening, we had gone and purchased 2 dildos for me. One of color, because we do have men of color, and a regular, white baloney pony from a very kind of unusually seedy place. So
a normal adult bookstore.
Yeah, no, I wouldn't even call that. That was pretty seedy. They had a hayloft. There was movies going on in there, and it wasn't just the peep shows were down the stairs. The movies were through the door.
Adult movie theater.
Yeah. And they were just rolling in there. Man, we're just walking in there like crazy.
That's over here, the internet. Right?
Yeah. But anyway, nothing, I'm not hating on that.
No, that's not what we're here for.
And we're not educated, apparently, about dildos. So we went and purchased 2 dildos for me because of my last dildo dilemma, where the dildo we had was a spitting dildo and it wasn't clean and I got an infection and it was just, a nuisance for weeks. So that's all, said and done and taken care of. But purchased 2 new dildos which had no holes in them. Apparently, they were PVC dildos. And apparently, which we weren't aware of, PVC is not the best stuff for dildos. Number one, it has an incredibly strong chemical odor. And I kept saying it, to me it smelled like chocolate. It smelled
really good.
Yeah, there was a weird, but the odor was so intense. And even the odor itself was putting me off. I was like, I don't think I can use these things. Like, they smell way too strong. And for some reason that just boggled me because none of our other dildos smell like that. So I Googled it and it was like, a big list of like, why you don't want a PVC dildo. And number one really is they're porous. So they harbor infection. Number 2, the chemical is just incredibly intense with the odor. The chemical also can cause, they say it causes cancer in certain situations. So there's like a long list of why you don't want a PVC dildo. So needless to say, we threw the dildos out because I'm like, I got enough issues with the dildo we had that I don't need any more issues. So we got rid of the dildo.
So if you're a high quality dildo manufacturer and you'd like a very attractive cam girl to try your dildo out and tell everybody how great it is, and it's not PVC, it's hypoallergenic, send it on over to Sexy and Gigundo.
Yeah, there you
Care
go.
of Sally Sexy.
Yeah.
And
I will give it a good tryout.
Good tryout, and then she'll plug it every.
Yeah.
Actually, she's not going to plug it; it's going to plug her.
Yeah, it's going to plug me. Yeah.
She's a fun lady. So come on down.
Come on down, dildo people. And if you have any recommendations for a really good dildo, one that isn't going to hurt me, I would like to hear them. So please, feel free to fill the comments below with your dildo.
Dildo diatribes.
Dildo diatribes. We're going with the D's.
That's why I'm here. I am Sally's Robin Quivers to her Howard Stern.
Yeah, there you go.
Except I don't laugh constantly.
Oh, but I do. I laugh a lot.
I guess I do laugh. I just laugh now.
Yeah.
I blew it.
So, yeah, that's our public service announcement. Research PVC dildos before you possibly purchase one. You might not want it. Maybe it doesn't bother other people. Maybe there's people out there that just don't care. But, yeah, we learned it just smelled really bad. Like, after a while, when we were laying there with them, and I had them, like, laying on me, and I'm, like, just smelling them, I was starting to really get put off.
Yeah, well, it's good that we stopped, took a look after we stopped recording the podcast last week, and you went ahead and started really researching it, and I was like, oh, that felt really bad, because I'm like, man, we went out, I didn't really know anything about this. I leave these kind of decisions up to her, because it's her body. I'm not going to tell her, you try this, try that. I know it. This should go in your body, of course, because I'm a guy, I know everything.
Well,
And and I was like, oh, she's bought them. She spent $60 on 2 dildos that she just was like, all right, let me throw it in the garbage.
well, it's not worth it.
Yeah,
I
no.
mean, it's a bummer. I mean, yeah, they're not cheap and everything, but still, it's just, what are you gonna do at that point? I opened them up. I didn't know any better. You didn't know any better. It wasn't anybody's fault.
I know there's different kinds of materials, but I never figured that there was that gnarly. It's like, no, it's not worth it because you already went through all those other problems.
Yeah,
I want to go through it all over again. We're trying to like really clean it.
It's novice. It's a harsh learning curve sometimes. So anyway, that's where we are with the dildos. Just want to make people aware, although I'm sure a lot of people are already aware, and they're probably like, what a bunch of ding-dongs.
Oh, those amateur dildos.
Yeah, right. So, so, hey, the more you know. Right?
So we should almost have like one of those little graphics from the ABC back
Yeah.
The more you know. Sally and Mitch's sexual the more you knows. Don't go with the PVC dildos. Make sure you get the high quality surgical silicone.
Yeah, just get, human grade quality silicone. You're just going to be better off all the way around. So, you know what I'm thinking? I think we're going to buy the clone of Willie. And we're going to clone his Willie. Because, like I said before, I feel like I need something that would be usable for me, that isn't going to hurt me. In case I decide to go on by myself. He fits perfectly. Aw, he fits good. I don't ever feel, like it's too much, too big, too long, too this, too that. Unless you're really jamming it in there. Some nights, yeah. I
don't prefer to rail you like that, but some guys are like, yeah, take her to Pound Town. I don't even know I don't know directions to Pound Town.
Yeah.
I prefer the slow, like, bam, woof, you're feeling every, like eyes roll in the back of my head, toes wiggle. But thank you for the compliment. We can make it. Yeah. We can get a clone of Willie in chocolate, and you can have a chocolate clone of Willie.
Yeah, we could do 2 clone of Willies.
Lady Williams or something. Yeah, or Snoop Dogg, whatever. Yeah.
I think it would be a fun science project, too. I think it would be hysterical. In fact, that would be something we would have to film.
Yeah, we have to film
We would totally have to film the clone of Willie. Yeah. I guess we couldn't put that on
YouTube, right? YouTube. We couldn't have my penis on YouTube, but I'm pretty sure that like if we didn't show us doing it, like we could have 2 camera angles. We're doing all that, so we could put that on like many vids or something. Mm-hmm. And then on YouTube, we would just show the aftermath because this is an educational thing. This is a dildo that we have made from our Clone of Willie kit. And we'll look that up. Because YouTube is already they don't ban you for doing stuff, but they don't let the advertisers don't come on. It's like, okay, after we got done cloning the Willie, 5, 4, 3, 2, and we're going to advertisements. So it'd be like talking about cloning Willie to, Palmolive detergent. It's not going to happen.
Well, I would just assume it would be Clone Willie. Right? They would be our sponsor for the night.
Yeah, Clone Willie.
Clone Willie. We're going for you, Clone Willie.
Yeah, come and sponsor us.
Check it out. It's going to be a good Willie.
Clone Chigundo. Chigundo Willie.
Did you ever think you'd be doing a clone of Willie?
No, but I like to thank Sally for her nomination to clone my Willie. Clone of Mitch.
Clone of Mitch.
Clone of Mitch.
There you go. Yeah, we can start our own.
Clone of Mitchy.
Yeah. Let's just do our own. It'll be Clone of Mitch.
We'll be pumping out Clone of Mitchy.
So.
The perfect size dong.
Yeah.
It's
just right. There you go. Clone of Mitch. It's a little more sexier than a Willie. Right? Right?
I'm so flattered right now.
Oh my goodness.
Mirror for hours.
I had a coffee for the first time in days, and I'm pretty wired.
It's going to be an interesting. So we're going to be camming now. You didn't want to cam, but now it's like, I'm awake. Let's go cam.
Well, I know we're going in the pool, so I don't know.
All right, see what happens. Because we're going now. How long are we going here until we move our camera? Because we're going to do it. This is going to be an interesting podcast for those of you that are watching on YouTube. For those of you who are watching on or listening on Spotify or something, you're going to be like, I don't get what they're talking about.
Go ahead.
Sally came up with the idea to move the camera. from where, because we have this huge room where you have a couch, we have a bed, we have a hot tub area,
a fireplace.
We have a fireplace. So she's like, why don't we do like little segments, and we'll do 10, 15 minutes over here, 10, 15 minutes over there. And I was like, that's a great idea. Let's do that. Mm-hmm. And so, you're going to see us here, and then we're going to move. We're probably going to move in a few moments.
So, like, if you really like listening to us, you should really check us out and see, so you can get a gist of the room. Because like I said, we're not home. We went and just took a weekend away, which is, it's fun. Everybody needs a day off. So, you could check us out and check our room out and see all the stuff that we're talking about.
Yes.
Yes.
We were actually, what was it last night? What did the guy say? We were on cam?
Oh, man. Yeah, we were camming last night, and this guy came on, and he said, that room is hideous. Yes. It was butt ugly, right? He said butt ugly.
It's like, well, we're in a Victorian friggin' mansion.
Yeah.
In the biggest room in the place, and it's wallpapered, and it's like Victorian looking furniture. It's what it is.
Yeah, I don't think it's hideous or butt ugly, but it's Victorian, so it's not our freaky sex room.
No.
So, which is like ultra modern now, and
Yeah, I wouldn't personally decorate my house with this stuff, because it just says, "Oh my goodness, I am very staid, and I do not do anything. I don't have sex."
I'm not a wallpaper person. It looks nice. The room isn't ugly. It looks nice, but it's not our style. It's very, like we said, it's Victorian, but it's also very, what would you call this? Classic, or,
Geez, I don't know. I just don't know what you would call it. It looks like Victorian-esque furniture to me.
It's a Victorian room, and it's Victorian furniture, Victorian wallpaper. It's just Victorian. It's just an old house.
Yeah, my style of house that I personally like, I like I like log cabins. I like A-frame looking like ski chalets, and I like friggin' Victorian homes with all the chalices or whatever they're called, and the funky looks and all the balconies and weird looking rooms. Like, I think that's cool. Not the biggest fan of Victorian furniture, but the houses are definitely, they're cool. They have personality.
Very cool. Yeah. So come check us out and see what our room is, and let us know. Do you think it's butt ugly? Do you think it was hideous? Because he just was absolutely like, that room is butt ugly. And I'm like, really? Come on. Although I do have a butt, and we can do the ugly.
Yeah, and I would say that, and not all butts are ugly. I would say it's butt hot. There's some butts out there like that is butt hot. Yeah. Yeah, check it out. Let us know. Hit us in the comments. Take a vote. We should put a poll up. Well, we should put a poll up.
Yeah.
Come write our poll.
Our maypole. You get a maypole.
I had a maypole last night. I had a maypole this afternoon.
I'm gonna put little streamers on it.
We'll have to make sure it's a thing when we're on during May.
Yeah,
it's maypole month. We're going to those maypole.
Let's wrap his pole in streamers, baby. Oh my god.
Nothing says masculine male like streamers on your pole.
All right.
All right. Shall we? I feel as though the couch is calling us, or is the hot tub screaming our name?
Oh my god! I'm gonna roll the dice.
Clunk clunk, snake eyes.
I'm gonna go with the steps. Let's go by the hot tub.
All right, so let's take this podcast over to the tub.
Let's go on the road.
All right, we're going over to the
hot tub. Welcome to the hot tub area. It's our little grotto, our little piece of heaven.
The hot tubatorium.
Yeah.
Tubatorium.
Yes, I need one of those. I need a hot. Well, we have a hot tub, but we really don't have a hot tub-atorium.
Yeah, we don't have a hot tub in the house.
No.
Hot tub. We could probably make that happen somehow, but it's not something I really want to get into.
Not in that house, no.
It'd be a little rough to get that in. We have to rip a wall out to get that in there.
How did they get that bathtub in there?
I think I measured that at one point because we were curious, and I measured dimensions of it. And I was like, yeah, they turn this way, this way, this way. You could slip it through the door and get it in the house.
Really?
Yeah.
It just dawned on me. I'm like, I don't know.
So people are like, what the fuck are they talking about? We have this really cool tub in our house that we should probably do a podcast from. You always talk about, it's like, oh, we can't go in there because the water gets cold. I'm like, well, yes and no. Like, we have an endless hot water. We have a tankless hot water here that'll just keep running hot water. We could just get in there and just keep adding hot water. We could probably make it last for 20 minutes in the tub. You wear the Wicked Weasel. I'll wear my whatever sexy little thing you tell me to wear.
I could put my turtle heater in there.
That's okay. We could put hot water in there and keep filling hot water up. I'll take a 2-minute break. But we could do a podcast from the and then everybody get to see what I think is a very nice tub that we have.
It is a beautiful tub, although we don't use it.
We don't. No,
in fact, the Tegu and the turtles use it more than we do.
Yeah, but we used it as a shower for one winter when our upstairs shower didn't work, that's
2 winters.
Yeah.
With a big hole in the ceiling, right where there was a vent.
Yeah, it was a good time.
Fucking cold. I might as well have been showering outside.
It was a good time.
Yeah. Anyway, I digress.
I digest.
Right?
I would like to point out that I'm wearing my artwork on a shirt inspired by Sally, the hot redhead. Mm-hmm. She's got her hair just like you. People see the shirt and like, oh, that's her, isn't it? And I was like, I guess, yeah, it is. I guess she's twinkling her little fairy magic dust all over the place.
Yes.
Twinkle, twinkle.
Twinkle, twinkle. So if you would like a signed shirt.
Actually, these shirts are on sale on my Redbubble store.
Yeah.
Mitch Jugundo.
Oh, yeah. Here, plug it.
Just go to redbubble.com and search for Mitch Jugundo, erotic artist. And this is on there, and Wild Penis and all this other stuff. So
yeah.
And there's all kinds of sexy stuff on there I've created.
It's a beautiful shirt. You get comments on it all the time.
I do. I got a comment today. Like, oh, that's a really cool shirt. I was like, well, thank you. This is my artwork. And really? I was like, yeah, what do you use? I was like, well, I do 3D art and explain everything.
And did you tell them where to go?
No, I didn't think I'm not the greatest marketer in the world.
Oh, jeepers.
Anyway.
So, all right. The next item on the list.
Where are we going, Sally?
Boom, boom, fuck jam.
The boom, boom. So, I just want to preface before she gets into heavily into what's about to happen here. The guy came in.
I don't have an answer for that.
No, you never do you? Siri.
She's Budinsky.
Yeah, she's Budinsky.
Almost every podcast she gets in there.
Siri, leave me the fuck alone. I can't do that for you. We were in Chatterbait having a session, and this guy comes in. He's cool. He's asking us for some things, and his name is
Boom Boom.
Boom Boom something.
Yeah.
I forget what it was. Boom Boom something, and I'm looking at it, and we're doing it. We got it all done, and I look at Sally. I'm like, man, you know what? The first thing that came to my mind. And for those of you who are into extreme sports like we are, years ago when we first met, it's got to be over a decade ago that this was. Travis Pastrana had the Boom Boom Huck Jam.
Oh yeah.
We went to Meadowlands to see that, and it was all skaters and BMXers and motocross guys. And it was really cool. But it was the Boom Boom Huck Jam. This guy comes in, I turn around, I'm like, Boom Boom, it's Boom Boom, it's the Boom Boom Fuck Jam. It's the Boom. So we need to have like some kind of event someplace and call it the Boom Boom Fuck Jam.
There you go. Oh my God.
A lifestyle event or sexy, exotic, whatever.
Yeah.
Boom Boom Fuck Jam. Sexy awards.
So, Boom Boom.
Go back to my room.
And boom, boom, boom.
Boom, 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 boom.
Yeah.
Kinky is kinkier than us. It's saying something.
Oh my God, yeah. So Boom Boom had a session with us. And he was requesting several things. It was, he wanted doggy, he wanted missionary, he wanted the Amazon.
Oh, the Amazon.
Yeah. So he requested a bunch of stuff from us, and we're just like rolling with it.
Running the gauntlet.
Yeah. And then he wanted to share his video.
Yeah, he wanted to share his cam.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so we had it on there. Share your
cam. So he shared his cam with us, and we could see what Boom Boom was up to. And Boom Boom is a kinky kind of guy.
I think Boom Boom had some chain nipples on.
Yeah, he had nipple clamps. And while he's watching us, and he's having a good time. We're having a good time.
We're all having a good time.
All having a good time.
We're all having a freaky fun time.
So, and then we, Boom Boom finishes, and we go on our merry way. And then after that, we had a foot guy.
The footman.
Well,
the footman actually created a bone of contention with us for a day. So that's when I had my nuclear meltdown. I think we talked about that, where I had the meltdown. I'm like, oh, they're here, blah, blah, blah. Because the guy was negotiating how much it would cost to do 15 minutes of tickling Sally's feet.
Yeah.
And I was like, I don't know. And she's like, well, and then she'd asked me how much that is. And then.
Yeah, that was the other day. We never did it. Remember, it just like never happened. You shut it off because your Wild Willie went wangle dangle.
Yeah, this tickly doesn't turn me on.
Yeah.
So, but this time he did come in, and we went for the full 15 minutes.
Oh yeah.
15 is a long.
Yeah.
Let me tell you, my arm got tired.
Yeah.
Playing with Sally's feet.
That's a lot because he wanted me laughing like really hard the whole time, and he wanted you tickling my feet very hard with a hairbrush. Yeah. So
I don't jerk off that hard.
So imagine laughing very hard for 15 minutes nonstop and having someone like scrape your feet with a hairbrush. It's
Yeah, I remember before we started doing it, I looked at the hairbrush to make sure that all the bristles have the little round nubs on them. Because you don't want that on your foot without that. It's not going to feel good. It's not going to tickle. It's going to be just like scratching your foot. I'm like, I don't want to hurt you.
Yeah.
So, but I kept going. I try to I try to make it look like I was really like getting into it, but not too hard, so it wasn't wearing your foot out.
Yeah, that is a particular fetish that is not something that is easy to do. Let's put it that way. That was difficult for us, and that was for what we did, for the amount of time we did. I don't think it was worth it.
You reevaluated what you were going to be charging for that.
Yeah, because he wants to go longer, and I'm like, if we're going to go longer, we're going to have to really talk about price wise, because number one, you got to figure we're on because we do work, so we only have a limited time that's humanly possible for us to even do what we're doing. So if we're on and someone is commandeering our time for a very particular fetish that is not an easy fetish to do, we have to really think about what it's worth to do, because I mean, you don't enjoy it.
I don't enjoy it. I don't enjoy it. It's not something like, there's some things I would do to you for hours that I wouldn't.
Yeah.
I wouldn't have to be hard doing it, but I'm like, yeah, I'd definitely do that. Like she's like rub her thighs for hours, or pet her head, or do, but like tickling your feet, and I'm not like, there's only certain particular spots on her feet, and it's not rubbing it with a hairbrush. It's so I was like, this is not something. It doesn't turn me on. And I'm sitting there now with what is that? Shrinkage.
Yeah, shrinkage. Yeah, you're totally like,
I'm totally turned off.
Limp Bizkit.
I'm a Limp Bizkit, yeah, and then in the most hard way possible. So we do it for 15 minutes. Like we first did it for 15 minutes, and then we went to go back on. And then he was this guy was still negotiating. Like, how about 20 minutes? How about 30 minutes? How about this? How about that? And I turned the stream link back on to get back on that. Yeah. And I'm trying to get myself turned on again, and I'm like, this is not turning me on. I was like, that's that. But this time I was like, you know what? I'm done with this guy. We're done with there. I'm going back. I'm going to just relax and get myself turned on. And that was fine. But yeah, it's not. And I just turned to her. I was like, well, if you want to do it, we can do it. But I'm not going to be able to get going again. I was like, this is something you can do on your own. I'm like, but I guess you really can't tickle yourself.
I can't tickle myself,
Tickle your ass with a feather? I mean, particularly not.
I probably would have enjoyed that way more. You?
That probably would have been like sexy and naughty, like that pulled your pants down, have a little feather going, and tickle like right around your ass.
Yeah.
And I'd be stroking my Schwanzini with that. But the hair, I almost felt like the hairbrush thing was more like trying to torture somebody.
Yeah, it was more punishment, I think. Because he kept specifying really hard.
Really hard, really hard.
Yeah.
Not really my thing.
Yeah, and I'll be honest, like laughing that long, like nonstop, it's exhausting, and you're winded. You know, like it was tiring. So, and I guess that's really what it was about. It was really about almost like a weird kind of torture fetish.
Yeah, that's probably what it was.
You know,
along those lines. Ugh.
Yeah. So that was our experience with foot tickling. Not our thing.
Fickling.
Fickling.
I mean, that's funny.
Yeah.
Oh, you're into fickling.
Are you
What's
fickling?
fucking fickling?
It's
Foot tickling.
Foot tickling.
Get your shit together. Learn the acronyms.
I'm like, I would have liked it better if you were shrimping.
Lick my toes.
And I think too, the thing is that it was the same thing for 15 minutes. It wasn't. It wasn't like, all right, tickle her feet. All right, suck her feet. All right, tickle her feet a little more. Now suck them a little more. Rub them. Right?
Yeah. Like, come on.
Yeah, that was rough.
Yeah.
That was rough. But the thing is that this gentleman he came back again.
Yeah, he came back. He came back. Not last night, but the last time we were on, I think it was Thursday night.
Yep.
He was in the room and he asked, "What about back?" I think it was actually back rub.
Yeah, or back scratching.
I think it might have been back scratching.
Yeah.
And we just didn't really get into it with him. Because we were busy.
Yeah, we were very busy. Other people.
That was Boom Boom Huck Jam.
2.
Second tour.
Second tour. Yeah, and let me tell you, Boom Boom kicked it up a few notches on the second tour. Yeah. We got quite a story for that one.
Yeah.
So
he was there for that, and I looked over at you, I looked over at that, and I'm like, well, Sally's not really going to recognize what he's saying. I'm not going to say like, oh, the guy who wants to do the foot thing wants to have your back rub now. Now you're going to get to negotiation. I'm like, oh.
That's the whole thing. We have a menu, and it's very easy to figure out the menu on like, all right, so if you want something similar to what the menu has, then just hit us up and say, will you do 10 minutes of this for that? You know, don't sit there and just constantly haggle, because I don't want to spend my time haggling when I got 4 other people that are just ready to jump in and do what they want to do. You know, because I don't want to ignore them for that either. And that's what was going on. So like when this started again with the back scratching, Boom Boom, the second tour started, and Boom Boom was like, he just jumped in.
That's the thing, like, you have the ability on the Chatterbait page to pull us right into a private.
Yeah.
You just request a private. So if you have something really specific, like, I'd like you to scratch your back, I'd like you to scratch her back for 15 minutes, like, that's fine. Don't even worry about it. Don't you have to negotiate a price. Click private viewing, click start the private, say scratch her back until I say stop. And I'm like, all right, well, there you go.
And he wouldn't do that.
He wouldn't do it. Because that's going to cost more money.
Yeah.
You know, it's going to be X amount of tokens for every minute. And it works out to be like, you know, for us, like $1.25 or $1.50 a minute or something like that. And I'm like, well, if you can't afford that, then, you know, go. This is ridiculously low price stuff that we're doing anyhow, just to have fun and make some extra scratch. So yeah, Boom Boom Huck Jam.
Yeah. So when the foot guy came back and he started with the back scratch thing, Boom Boom Huck Jam, Boom Boom Fuck Jam,
Boom Boom Fuck Jam.
The Fuck Jam showed up for round 2, and it took us right back. He took us right in. We went into private. He put his camera on. We were viewing Boom Boom, and
you're neglecting the part that Boom Boom came out with before he even pulled us into the.
Oh yeah, what did he say?
He's like, "Would you like to see me pull an apple out of my ass?" Was it put an apple in my ass or pull an apple out? Because the apple was already inserted. I remember.
Yeah, the apple was already in there.
And I've heard the term "apple bottom girl" before, but I've never actually seen a guy. I've had things in my booty. Obviously, you've seen Sally do things in me. But I'd be afraid that the apple would be stuck in there, and I'd be like, all right, well, how can I get the apple out of my ass? Exactly, sir. How did the undigested apple get into your anus?
Yeah, we didn't see him put it in.
No.
It was already in there. But it was something about me directing him to get it out.
Was that what you were doing?
Yeah, he was, it was something about, because he even said, he's like, I'll even let her tell me when to like take it out.
Because I was behind you driving.
Yes, you are.
I was behind you going, yeah.
Yeah, and so you missed it.
I missed it. I think I looked down, looked over or something. It was like,
I was glued to that monitor. I'm like, I gotta see this because I'm finding it hard to believe there's an apple in his ass. And
then it became like, what kind of apple came out of the?
I had to Google apples to see what, I think it was a Fuji because it was red and yellow. It was like that mixed color apple. So we're doing things. He's doing me. I'm watching him, and I'm like, all right, I want to see the apple now. And lo and behold, he gave birth to an apple. And I'm like, wow. I'm like, wowsy, wow. Wow.
I missed. I was looking. I glanced away, and next thing you know, there was an apple. I was like, "Did he pop the apple out?"
Yeah.
He's like, "Yep,
Yeah, he sure did.
Yepper."
And lo and behold, was the apple of the hour.
You are the apple of my ass.
So
you are the apple of my ass.
So I'm like, my life is hitting new levels. I'm seeing things every other day that I've never seen before in my life.
I just want to say props to that dude for getting the apple up there. Like, I couldn't get something. That's big, man. I get something like up your ass.
Yeah, and he had his nipple clamps going again and the whole nine, and an apple in his ass. And
ain't hurting nobody.
And I'm like,
having a good time.
All right, props to Boom Boom. You have enlightened me on a whole new level.
It's called Boom Boom Apple Jam from now on.
Boom Boom Apple Jam. Yeah.
That's how it comes in. Boom Apple Jam.
Boom Boom. Where's the apple tonight?
Who's hiding apples? Oh man.
So props to Boom Boom. We enjoyed you thoroughly, and thank you for the new experience in my world.
Yeah, it was rocking.
Mm-hmm.
That was rocking and docking.
Mm-hmm. So, before we move on,
is there anything else you'd like to add?
No.
We're
going to move.
Okay, so we're going to move on over to the
couch.
Yes. You're welcome.
So this is the area where they said our cam people said it was absolutely hideous and butt ugly when he came in. Because this is where we were sitting.
Yeah, this is where I was doing Sally doggy style.
Just so you're aware. So yeah, leave comments below. We want to know, what do you think? Do you think this was bad?
This is hideous. We didn't think it was hideous.
It was interesting. You should see the video we caught of that.
Did we catch video of that?
Of you doing me?
Oh yeah. Yeah, we did catch. Yeah, I was like, oh my god, your hips look amazing. Your body looks so skinny.
Yeah, I had
so sexy. I was like,
I had a real, incredibly, not one I normally wear. This was a real cincher, like real boned and pull that string tight.
Yeah. You're like, pull it tight. I was like, how tight? A little too tight there, Chicondo.
We were not done with the Boom Boom.
Boom Boom Apple Jam. The
Boom Boom Apple Jam. Yeah, there was something else going on during Boom Boom Apple Jam. After we saw the apple come out, Jugunda was still doing me doggy. And because of all the issues I've been having lately, lube has been my savior.
Lube is a porn girl's best friend.
Yeah. Lots. I researched.
You need to do a shout out to your new lube.
I do. Can I do that?
Sure, why not?
Yeah, it's right here.
Sponsoring or not sponsoring us.
Yeah. So,
it just so happens.
It just so happens this is the new lube. It is Isabel Faye. I highly recommend it. It has no hormones, and it's natural water-based lubricant. It's gluten-free, glycerin-free, paraben-free, ideal for sensitive skin. Just so you're aware. I don't know if you saw me, but here I am with it again. I may have been too close. But Isabel Faye, thank you. You saved me. So anyway, while he was doggying me during the Boom Boom Apple Fuck Jam, it's just getting longer and longer, I started to feel a little chafed at that point because we had been going for a while.
Yeah, I mean, it's, no, I understand.
And
I understand. It's just that she's looking for this lube that I didn't know she was looking for the lube.
I had strategically placed the bottles at both ends of the couch, so he's doing me, and I'm reaching over the couch.
So which is now what this is doing is every time she's moving and trying to look for whatever, I don't know what she's looking for. She's pulling away from me. So now I'm sort of like doing this little wiggle forward. She's going this way. I'm going this way, and I'm like it's like cat and mouse with her. But JJ,
all I needed was like 1 second to be able to reach over, grab it, and then get it. You know.
So then I'm like, all right, I'm just gonna stop here. I'm like, I have no idea what she's doing.
And he's getting perturbed.
Oh yeah, I'm like, I'm trying to get my freak on, woman.
The thing is, I'm not doing things on purpose just to get you miffed. I'm doing something for a reason. Muffed. Yeah. I'm doing something for a reason. Obviously, I'm looking for something for a reason. He's like, what are you looking for? A whip? I'm like, no, I need my fucking lube. And this is all during the friggin' sesh. And I'm like, I didn't want to do this in front of our client.
I have no idea. I'm like, I have no idea what you're looking for. Why don't you just say? And then I go, why don't you just turn around and go, Chicano. Lube me up, baby.
Lube me up, baby. All right,
and I was like, okay. It's like she's like, it's sort of like this is the other thing that she does all the time. It's like boop, we go into a private, and she's flipping her legs up, and she's ripping her panties off, and she's doing all those kinds of wiggling. I'm like, just lean back, put your legs up in the air, and just go, Chicano, get my panties off. So and I'll take it because I'm like, to me, I'm like, the longer it takes for us to get going, the more money we're making. That's the thing. So it's like
there's that 30-second rule.
And there's a 30-second rule. Yeah. So it's like, let's see if they're going to stay in for 30 seconds. Let's take your time, take your panties off, get everything together. Because are we almost done with Boom Boom Fuck Jan? Because we'll go into that real quick because we can discuss that little.
What, with the lube?
Yeah, is that your?
Well, yeah, we were gonna, we were just, discussing the fact that you were getting miffed at me because I needed lube because I was starting to get a little irritated because
communication is key.
Yeah.
In everything.
Yeah.
And so we figured that out.
Yeah. Yeah.
But we learned what happened. Let's go back to 30 seconds and 30 seconds in heaven, baby.
Yeah.
So one night we were in a private. And all we kept hearing was bling, 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 bling. People were popping in, and I'm like, wow, man, we're killing in this private. Yeah. We get out of the private, and I'm like, what the fuck?
We didn't make anything.
I made anything in the private. We made like that. There was one guy in there, and there was another guy in there for like a good 5 or 10 minutes. But we're like, man, there had to be 15, 20 people that came.
There was a lot of people.
So we had a stream mate, and they're like, oh, well, in order for it to go through, they have to stay in for at least 30 seconds.
Mm-hmm.
I was like, all right, that makes sense. Because they go, blink, blink.
Yep. Mm-hmm.
So now when somebody pulls us into a private, like we're just sort of like beyond or over. But when we're in privates already, we'll look over and we'll start making jokes.
Yeah.
Because somebody will come in and they're like, blink, and you'll see it, and it'll be like in there for like 3 seconds, and they'll jump right back out. So I'm like, they just want to see what they can see for 3, because they know that as long as they don't stay in for 30 seconds, they won't get charged.
Yeah.
So that happens all the time in StreamMate.
Yeah. Yeah, it does. Yeah. Yeah. And so much so that the other models will put up there, obey the 30-second rule.
Oh, like, really?
Yeah, remember that one girl had it?
I didn't know that.
Oh, yeah. She's like, you're going to wait 30 seconds before I do anything. There was this one blonde chick who was a bomb and knockout. And she was the one that was in the bed that had the thing that just went down into a V.
Oh, yeah. Ooh.
It was her. She had to comment on there about, nothing starts until 30 seconds. Yeah. So.
Yeah, because that's just bullshit, man. That's so punk ass. It's like.
Yeah, that's lame. Yeah. So, that was our education on
that was an education because we were like, what the fuck? We thought, we're newbies.
Yeah. Yep. So that whole night with the boom boom thing and the guy with the feet, there was a whole nother level after that. I don't know if you remember.
There was another. It seems like there's been varying levels of insanity lately with us.
Well, yeah, that was also when the guy was kind of tweaking you with the feet questions. Someone came in and wanted a pile driver.
Was that in Chatterbait or was that Streamate?
That was Chatterbait.
It was Chatterbait. He did pull us in.
He just blinked, paid the money, and went right in.
I want to see you do pile driver.
Yeah. Time out.
He's like, will you do a pile driver? You remember this part? Will you do a pile driver? And Sally's like, what's a pile driver? Chicondo? I was like, I've watched a lot of porn, and I've watched porn chicks at interviews and stuff, and they're one thing that they, they'll do it because they're getting paid. But I really don't like doing pile driver. I'm like, I 100% agree, because if you watch porn, you know what a pile driver is. Sally's learned what a pile driver is. It's where you're on basically your neck is bent at this 90-degree angle, your legs are up in the air, and you're being pile driven into the ground. And she sort of got into it. Once you said that, yeah, I showed it to her. I'm like, this is what it is. She's like, all right, let's do it. I was like, are you sure?
Well, the thing is, too, the thing you pulled up, there was like 6 different variations of a pile driver.
Yeah. Well, the pile driver I knew of was the one where your head's doink like that, and your legs are straight up like that, and I'm bent over your head like that, and I'm just. I was like, I don't know how to do this properly. He's like, let's go for it. So
he's like, give it your best shot.
Give it your best shot. So we went into private, and
he was very easy to work with, and we tried. We
were sort of laughing. We flipped around. Then I did it the other way, where you were up in the air and I was behind.
That worked well.
I was having a good time doing that.
That was pretty good. I don't know how he was feeling, but
he stayed there for a while.
Yeah, he was
watched all of our different craziness.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's right. I remember that. We were at the pile driver craziness. Oh,
yeah. It was definitely a pile driver night. That was a crazy night. That was just a fucking nutty night. It was a funny night.
Yeah, we were having a good time, having fun, as long as we could go. And Sally has a timeout limit because she just, females, they can only go for so long.
Well, that's what I mean. It's not like I'm a cam girl by myself. It's just vibrating myself all night. I'm getting pile drived.
Yeah, you're welcome.
Yeah, I'm getting fucked silly. There's friction going on there. There's a lot of weird shit happening. Yeah.
Segue.
Yeah.
So yeah, I get it, and that's why I don't want to force you about, like, maybe you should try it by yourself, okay, just so you don't have to be getting response like, hey, there's a million girls on there all by themselves. I'm like, yeah, you're right, but
Even Bridget Holland agrees. She took a little bit of a respite, and she's like, her vagina was so happy for it. Shout out to Bridget.
And Bridget Holland.
Yeah, go check her out. She's fun.
I remember when she first hit us up on there, we get this private, Big Dick Rick. Oh, yeah, Big Dick Rick, who's this? Hi, my name's Bridget Holland, and I'm on here as I look at this, and I'm like, because guys do weird stuff.
Yeah.
So my first thought was like, all right, this is a guy impersonating a woman who's thinking of this. And then I don't know if she sent us photos or something, or no. Then she told us to go to her page, I think it was, and I was
her
like,
Instagram.
Yeah, and I was like, oh, look at that! That's it actually is a woman on here, and I thought that was really cool. So Sally and I were on there. And I was like, oh, that's interesting.
I like Bridget. She's sweet.
She's very cool. She's a very cool woman. You have I joke with Sally, and I'm like, oh, you have a porn girlfriend? She's like, no, we're
cam people.
No, not even that. You called it something else. It had nothing to do with camming or porn, or it had to do with immuno.
Oh yeah, we both have like these immune issues.
Immuno friend. That's probably more like it.
Yeah.
The cottage wants to know we should have a rain delay on watering anything because it's gonna rain at some point.
We don't have sprinklers anymore.
Sprinklers outside right now. It's the middle of winter.
It's confused with the old house.
No, this is the thing that we have.
Oh, that's the beehive.
Yeah, the beehive.
Oh, yeah. That's not hooked up outside.
It's not hooked up outside, but it's hooked up in the house.
Yeah. So. We went off the rails on that one. The house is talking to us. Yes. It's very sentient.
Yes.
So shout out to Bridget Holland. Go check her out. She's a lot of fun. She'll do you right.
If you like me, you're a hot woman.
Yeah.
Go to Bridget Holland.
Yeah. And what else? Oh, we bought something for the Liberator.
We did. You saw us last week on our brand new sexy Jack's cows. couch.
Yeah.
And we had a red cover for the Liberator because we had a red couch when we first got all that together. Mm-hmm. And I was like, man, I really used a white. Then they make a off ivory white kind of cover for the Liberator. And we're like, we should really get that. We should really get that. And I was like, fuck it, man. We did all so I got it this week, and we got the new Liberator, and it looks fucking smashing. Absolutely smashing.
I gotta say, yeah, the whole room looks awesome now. It needed it. It needed a lot of updating because it was just a hot mess. It was just glim glam. It was a glip glop. It was a shazammy badammy of a whole mess of stuff that we just put together.
Yeah, we sort of fell into doing this stuff, you know, and it began with us just having the couch in there, and then we had the your old couch in there, and then we put a sheet over the couch, and then we put something else over the couch, and then we got the futon that was completely uncomfortable, and we rearranged the room around, and yeah, it's been a learning experience. Yeah, and now it's like yeah, we're just old professionals. You guys need some advice, and the fuck on the internet.
There you go. Right?
We don't know how to make a living yet, but okay.
I have to check my notes.
Sally has notes. That's like I said.
I'm taking notes.
She's taking notes on everything that we're doing.
So the only thing left is that.
The hairdryer fiasco.
So where are we going to talk about that?
Should we? I'm just listening to see if I can hear anybody outside
in the pool.
In the pool, because we could finish up in the pool and talk about that since it would be out in the pool and it wouldn't be too lit up out there. But I guess we could do the best we could do. Oh, you know what? I think there's a light on that we could use. So, all right. So we're either going to go and wind up at the pool, or we're going to go and wind up, I guess, still in here. Yeah. So let's go over to the
pool.
Yeah.
Yeah. So this is our pool for the weekend.
Yeah.
Which is wonderful.
It was a very fun weekend.
Yeah.
It was a fun weekend.
Yeah.
It was fun. Good time.
So we were swimming last night, and when we got out, I needed to dry my hair, obviously, because it was late and we were going to bed afterwards, and and it was like 11:30, so I go and I plug the hairdryer into the outlet. Oh, that was not a good thing at 11:30 at night.
I didn't think it would be a bad thing, and I thought it had more to do with we brought all of our equipment. So I had laptop lights, iPads, phones, GoPros, all plugged into this outlet that the TV is also plugged into, but not on. Mm-hmm. She plugs in the hairdryer. She's gone for a few moments, and then boom, part of the lights go out. I look down like, oh, the internet's out. We took out a circuit breaker somewhere.
Yeah, and we took out the room outside of our door.
Yeah, so I was like, oh man, like I'm thinking, I know what it was. It was the hairdryers pull a lot of watts. Yeah. So that's a lot of amps. And I was like, oh, it's probably a combination of that and all the stuff I had plugged in. So Sally went up front. They have a number that you can call at 11 o'clock. So she called and was like, oh, yeah.
Sorry.
Made a boo-boo.
And apparently it happens a lot in that room. And apparently it has to do with the space heater that they have in the room. Because, like I said, these are very old Victorian homes that have been refurbished into B&Bs. And, old wiring, old things. They need space heaters. The rooms can be cold if they don't heat them. So, I blew the fuses.
She blew the fuse. So she called them up, and they're like, "Oh, well, we'll see if we get power back on."
Yeah, and, I felt bad. It was like 11:30. Probably it was after 11:30 by the time we got that all finished.
So they came, they popped the breaker back on, and got everything going again. And then the guy knocks at the door.
Oh yeah.
And he's like, "This is how we found out that it was the space heater." Yeah. And it didn't have anything really to do with us. The space heater has a dedicated outlet in our room. It gets plugged into that. It's probably got a dedicated circuit that goes. The circuit breaker that's just for that. So it's a dedicated circuit. Mm-hmm. So he comes in. Can I just check something real quick? I want to see if the heater is on the right. So I'm over there on the bed, and I've got my I think I had my regular Andrew Christian leggings on. I'm sitting there doing some stuff. Yeah. But Sally walks him over to to where the heater is, and it's like. The lucky thing is I took your vibrator that you were using during the camming session and I put that in your bag.
Yeah.
But she walked in like right past like all this lighting equipment, like all of our strobes.
My underwear, garter
belts, and everything are all in super freaking sexy heels.
Laid out.
We all laid out and she just walks in past there. He's just like, this is plugged into the wrong spot. Should be plugged over here. That's all the time. You guys have a nice night. Sorry about that. Like, no, sorry.
Our life.
Yeah, and that's our life right there. It was like,
in a nutshell. Yeah.
It's nice. They're very nice people here.
Very, very nice people.
Lovely place.
Yeah, I felt horrible. I'm calling these people up, and they were having people here that were friends of theirs, so they were up late partying, and I'm like waking them up at 11:30. Hi, I blew out half your B&B.
Yeah, we were just having a good time and doing all kinds of wild, sexy stuff, and then I had to dry my hair and blew your breaker out.
Yeah, we blew your breaker out.
Oh my goodness.
Sorry. So I think we're gonna go swimming.
Yes, we're gonna go swimming.
Yeah, this is really warm.
So I'm feeling it.
I'm feeling it too. I got my watch and we're gonna do laps.
Do a few laps, burn 200 calories.
And then call it a night.
Call it a night and go snuggle up.
Be done with it. Hopefully I don't blow the place out again when I go to dry my hair.
I guess at the very least, if you unplug the heater and plug into where the heater is, that hairdryer would definitely not blow out the circuit because you'd have more than enough amperage because you're plugging that monster heater in.
Yeah, well, I did use it in the bathroom without issue.
Yeah, so it should be fine.
Yeah, so anyway, this is Sally Sexy signing off and saying, just be careful where you plug your hairdryer.
That's a lesson in life. Be careful where you plug your stuff into because you never know what's going to happen where you're sticking things in.
Yeah, a fuse might pop.
Don't go popping my fuse. Don't go popping my fuse. I don't care what you do all night long, but just don't go popping my fuse.
Boop, boop, boop. All right. Good night, everybody.